So you're thinking about moving to the Woodlands, Texas. Well, in this video, we're actually going to take you inside of the computer and show you around everything that you need to see on a Google map. This way you can get a good idea about the different neighborhoods, what's close by them, and how far it is to get to the airports. That's right, you got two main airports in Houston. And then we're going to walk you through all of that, and stick around to the end because I'm going to share with you a really important factor that most people don't really think about, the Woodlands, and it's really ideal for your trip to the airport. And we're going to take a look at that right now. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything there is to know about Houston, Texas and its surrounding areas, go ahead and like and subscribe and tap that bell to be the first to know what's happening in the Houston housing market. I get calls, texts, and emails from people like you every single day. So if you're considering moving in the next 9 days or 90 days, go ahead and shoot me a text message, give me a call, or send me an email so I can help you make that a smooth move to Houston, Texas. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Woodlands, Texas. Now this area, just for your reference, is north of Houston. Houston is going to be down here in this area right here. Now up in the Woodlands, there are several neighborhoods, and some of the important ones for you to really know about are going to be the villages at Grogan Mill. We're going to be talking about Sterling Ridge, and then you've also got Creekside Park and Carlton Woods. Now first I want to point out this little area right here. This is Northshore Park. Now this is a great spot if you like doing outdoor activities. It's got a little park, it's got a barbecue set, and it's obviously got this huge lake right here. Now what's really interesting about this is that once a year this is home to the dragon boat races. Now it's a charity event, and there's something like 50-60 teams that actually sign up for this. And there's multiple games and events that you do over the course of the day. So it's about 8 hours for the day. It's on a weekend, and you set up around here, you play all the games. You've got the dock, which is right around here, and you go out and you do the races, and it's really exciting. Make sure that if you're in the area around September, then you swing by there for the dragon boat races. Very, very exciting. Now another area I want to point out for you is going to be essentially the city center of the Woodlands. Now it's this area right around here. It's typically referred to as the Waterway. So you've got the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion. This is an area where there's concerts and music festivals all happen in this area. You've got the Waterway. This section down here, and it goes on for a ways, has bars, restaurants, clubs, pretty much everything you need for an active lifestyle up in the Woodlands. I personally really like Bar Louie, which is right here. It's an outdoor eating section, so you can have a drink and eat a nice meal while enjoying the outside breeze and the Waterway. Now across the way you've got the mall, which is this area here. Plenty of high-end shops and restaurants, everything you can need. But across the way, this is my favorite area. This is Market Street. Now it's got an H-E-B on one side, and then it's got high-end luxury stores, shopping, dining, all that stuff that goes with a great area. But it also has right over here, it's got a shopping center. It's a luxury shopping center. Now this area right here that we're looking at, you might be wondering what all that is. Well, that, my friends, actually let me go ahead and do this for you. This area here is the market center. the center of the market center. Now, it's a green area over on the sides here and here. You're going to have splash pads for the kids on those hot summer days. In the center here, it's often there are going to be movie nights. There's going to be different small events that they put on there, small festivals, a lot of stuff to really, keep you active and help you enjoy the area. Every time I've been, it's always been an amazing experience. All right, so I wanted to point out that on this map right now, we have homes that are under $500,000. As you can see, they're spread out pretty much throughout the Woodlands, right? But I want you to take note of this area here, Carlton Woods. But we're going to come back to that in just a moment. Now, up here in Sterling Ridge is our next destination. So spread throughout the Woodlands area, you're going to have homes valued under $500,000. Now, in Sterling Ridge, we're going to have a concentration of homes that are between $500,000 and $800,000. They're also going to be, split up around different areas. Now, Panther Creek is a community that was built around the late 70s, the early 80s. It has mature trees everywhere and really nice homes throughout the area. You notice that it's also going to be right next to the Children's Museum, which is a great trip. I highly recommend that you check that out. And as you can see, there's different little parks around here. You've got the high school right here, another park over here close to Lake Woodlands. Now, I'm going to zoom out and I'm going to bring you right on up here. If you are into the golfing scene, we've got the Woodlands Country Club, which is a phenomenal golf club. I'm sure you've heard of it if you are in the golf scene. Plenty of professional players enjoy calling this place home and, doing the full 18 tour. Now, as we zoom back out, I want to check out one final place. That's going to be Carlton Woods. Carlton Woods is going to have the highest concentration of luxury homes over $1 million in all of the Woodlands. And this is a gated community. It's absolutely stunning. Obviously the maintenance, the trees, everything is top notch. But inside you're going to see you've got the Club at Carlton Woods. You've got the Carlton Woods Invitational and different things. Lots of green spaces, lots of lakes all throughout the area. Now, as I was saying, here we are going on down here. You're going to see nice concentration. And this is just of the homes that were currently listed for sale, right? Now, these are all homes that are luxury homes, $1 million or more. You've also got a good collection of them right over here in Grogan's Mill. So if that is the price point of home that you're looking at, I would recommend taking a look at Grogan Mill and Carlton Woods with a little bit of Creekside Park in there. Now, as we come back to our map, I want to point out that getting down to the airport from the Woodlands, there are two routes that you can use for this. I'm just going to highlight those. So you can do a straight shot right down 45. So you can come right on over here, which is where the airport's going to be at. Now, that's the first shot, and it's on the highway, so it's free of charge. Now, the other route you could take is going to be going down a Hardy Toll Road, and you cut across right here, and you get right up to the airport as well. Now, first obvious difference is that one's a toll road, so you're going to pay for it. But the other thing that you should really consider is that you're only saving about 5 minutes by taking the toll road versus taking the highway. So it could be less traffic, but most likely it's just going to charge you, a couple of extra bucks so you can get there a couple of extra minutes early. So it's something to consider. Now, as I had mentioned, we actually have two main airports in Houston. This is the Bush Airport, right? Now, the other airport that we have is going to be a bit further down, right? This is Hobby Airport. Now, to get from the Woodlands all the way down to Hobby, the best route is really going to be direct, going down 45, and then you just follow 45 all the way down, and you get to the airport, right? Now, an alternative route that you could take would, but it's a bit out of the way. It's not going to really save you much time, but if there's an accident, you're going to want to have this in your back pocket. Is once again, you can take Hardy Toll Road all the way down, but at this point you're going to have to get on 610, and then you're going to have to hop on these roads down here, and then you can hop over to 45 and go on down, or you can come around 610 and come down and then get to your same destination. Now, just doing a straight shot, it's probably going to take you roughly an hour to go down 45 and get to Hobby. It's going to take you 55 minutes if you go down the Hardy Toll Road to get there, and additional time if you go on the outskirts of the loop. Now, my advice to you, which Houstonians know, and this is my tip for you. If it's rush hour, well, let's rephrase. If it's 3 p.m. or after on a weekday, then the best idea is going to be doing a straight shot, straight down 45 to get here. You want to avoid as much time as possible being on the 610. 610 is an absolute nightmare during rush hour traffic. Now, once again, depending upon traffic, could take you longer, but trip down to Galveston is gonna run you roughly an hour and a half. But you can do the same thing, but this time you take 45 and you just take 45 all the way down, and it actually this is the end of 45 around here, and then it turns into a main street, and then you will cross the island. And this is where all of your beaches are going to be at, along with different hotels, restaurants. Pretty much it's, tourist attractions, anything that you can want when you're visiting the beach. Now, the alternative ways that you could go, like we spoke about before, we changed our color here, is you could go down Hardy Toll Road. You could go around Beltway 8 to get down there. You can go around 610 and get back around so that you can continue on down. Obviously, it's going to take a lot of time. That's why, like I mentioned, the best route is just going straight down 45 so that we can get down to the island and have a good time. Now, if you don't want to spend all of your time on Galveston at the beach, coming right down to this area here, you've got Tiki Island, which there are some restaurants. This is really just a community of homes, right? But just coming across, you've got these areas here that you can check out, or you can, stay on this side. You've got the Harbor Yacht Club and Marina right here that you can definitely check out. The lodge on the bay for the Harbor Walk. Now, we're going to back it up a little bit. If you want to be by the water, but you don't want to go all the way down to Galveston, then you can always come right on here to a personal favorite of mine, which is going to be the Kemah Boardwalk. Activities, events, restaurants, games, shopping, carnival. This is just a lot of fun. You can bring the kids here for a very fun weekend, or you can come here if you want to check out the fireworks on any major holiday. They've got dinner boat cruises that come out, and they'll just go around the bay here. It's about a 3-hour dinner cruise. It's really nice. It's going to be done after sunset. It's just a great night. Now, once again, if you're all about that water life, but you're not a beach person, well, that's not an issue. North of the Woodlands, we have Lake Conroe, which is right here. Now, easiest way to get there is going to be going right up 45, and you take the 105 over. Now, what I want to point out for you is that when you're coming up here, you take the 45 up. depending on what part of the lake you're going to is going to make a big difference time-wise. So you can get up here to this part of the lake in about 25 minutes, right? Now, if you come up and then you cut across on the 105, you're going to end up over here in a very exciting place called Margaritaville. So Margaritaville is a hotel. It's got some restaurants there. It's more of a tourist destination, but obviously it's got a lot of really fun stuff going on in that area. Now, there's plenty of water activities that happen all around this area, especially just outside of Margaritaville, which is going to be right here. And of course, you've got the Walden on the Lakes Golf Club. In case you didn't know it, Houston has dozens of golf clubs. So if you have them, it's time to get out those golf clubs, dust them off, and check out some of our dozen golf clubs and get really comfortable with that. Now, to get over to Margaritaville, that's going to take you roughly 45 minutes from the Woodlands, and that's really because 105 it's a smaller street. It's not a main highway, so it can be slow. You're going through shopping areas, residential areas, coming around the lake to get on up here. So wherever you're planning on going in Houston, definitely make sure that you budget anywhere from half an hour to get up to Conroe, or an hour and a half if you want to make the trip down to Galveston. Both of them can be a great day trip for the weekend if you just want to get out and about. Now, one other tip, fun fact for you. Houston has, I like to say, 3.5 loops. So you have let me go ahead and bring this up. I'll show you in color. So you've got the 610 loop, which is called the inner loop. You've got the Beltway 8, which is called the Beltway. So that is our second largest loop. Now, 610, you can get around Houston on 610 in roughly 2 hours, good time frame. Beltway 8, it's probably going to take you 4 or 5 hours, depending on traffic. Now, the big one, which has on and off construction going on, so it's not fully completed, but does have plans for completion, and they're currently working on sections around here to complete it. That's 99. Now this is the newest loop that we have, and it brings you, Sugarland, it brings you through Katy, Cypress, up through Spring, New Caney, Mount Bellevue. I mean, it gets you pretty much everywhere you need to go, but it's going to take you a long time if you just travel that loop. Now, the largest one that I wanted to point out is why I call it a half, is you've got Highway 6. Highway 6 right through here, and it makes like a giant C, but it comes all the way down, and it connects to 45, which brings you into Galveston. Now, Highway 6 comes, out through this way. So it's a giant C. So wherever you're trying to get in Houston, you can take your direct routes, or if you want a scenic day of sightseeing, I would say drive Highway 6. It's going to go through places like Alvin, Sugarland. It's going to be up in Humble, Atascocita, and it goes out through the Huffman, Eastgate area. So this area here has a lot of farmland and whatnot. It's got a lot of new construction as well, and a brand new high school over here in Huffman, Eastgate, but it's still pretty rural, even for our case. Now, this beauty is the Lake Houston Reservoir. It's, lots of water activities, lots of natural forest life all around it. If you're not feeling the Lake Conroe area, then another good trip would be right on over here to Lake Houston. It's a great trip. So if you're thinking about moving in the next 9 days or 9 months, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. All the information is in the description below. If you currently live in the Woodlands or you've lived here before. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think about the area and what your favorite thing to do around town is. Until next time, I hope to show you around town.